What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Loser here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, I'm going to be doing some ancient shard pulls for the current extra legendary event. So as you guys may have known, it's a extra legendary if you pull a legendary from ancient shards only. I'm on my second account here, my alt account. So we can see here we got the extra legendary. There's no progressive boost or anything like that, so no point trying to get that going, but you can see here on the chance is only 0.5% chance of getting legendary, so not the best. We are banking on a little bit on the mercy system, so after your 200th shard you will get plus 5% per shard, so 201 pull you'll get 5%, so 5.5% to pull legendary, and it'll keep increasing until you hit a legendary. I have 200, almost 250 shards here. I have a couple of thousand gems just in case I get really desperate. If I need to go into mercy and then have to dig even deeper, for example, if a guarantee pops up, I still have a little bit of extra gems to cover for some more shards. Here is my mercy. So this is RSL helper. I'll leave a link in the description below on how you guys can get RSL helper and how you guys can utilize it. Basically, it's showing that I have 93 ancient shards pulled since my last legendary, which was Bambus, which took me 122 ancient shards to get. So here I will be hitting mercy within 110 ancient shards, and then each ancient shard after that will be plus 5% chance. So you know, in absolute worst case scenario, I'll probably lose maybe half of my ancient shards. And in the worst case scenario is if they throw like some kind of guarantee ancient event maybe next week. I still have some gems to buy a couple dozen ancient shards if I need to, so I'll be pretty close either way. And yeah, I don't mind pulling on this account. It's my second account here. I'm going to hold strong on my main account. My main account has roughly half the amount of shards here, about 130, and my main account mercy is slightly worse. It's at 79, so it's okay. Not super desperate to pull. I want to participate, but I should probably hold off for a little bit, just because don't really can't really recover if something really juicy comes up. Although I don't necessarily think anything juicy will come up. We know that there's going to be a summon event weekend, so usually summon rush events, ancient shards are going to be pretty low value. So that's why I'm kind of more leaning towards polling and gambling here, as opposed to basically saving ancient shards for any near-term summon event. So I'm not going to be spending ancient shards most likely on this summon rush event unless maybe they do double points. If they do double points, then maybe it's kind of worth it. But we'll see. I'm not too strung up on these web points for the Titan event. It's not a big deal for me. So yeah, so unless they put a guarantee ancient event maybe sometime next week after the summon rush, then maybe I'll eat my words, but I think it's probably a little bit unlikely. Yeah, we'll see. Either way, I'm pretty comfortable with just pulling here on my alt account. So let's get started here. Yeah, so 90 into mercy, so each one will be it'll take a while to get to our mercy, so it'll take 110. Hopefully we get there before 110. Let's see what we get here, guys. Come on, double legendary, super hype. How do you start off a video? You started off with 10 rares. You got to pay the rare tax before you get the lucky gold, I guess. Come on, let's go. Don't make me go to 110, 120. Don't make me go to 110, 120. It's only 0.5% chance to pull a legendary. Holy cow, we got 20 blues in a row, guys. Let that be known. If you guys are planning to pull, this is kind of reality, right? Kind of reality. The odds are pretty bad sometimes, especially when you're paying for these shards. They're about $1 US each. Pretty expensive if you're paying for them. Pulling blues. So we got 2 epics for the first 30. Both epics are pretty trash, so definitely don't recommend doing these kind of events unless you know your mercy and you know that you have a chance to hit lightning. I would not recommend pulling. So here's 40. We only got 2 epics. Let's keep going here. All right, so this is 5th pull, so 50. More blues. Holy cow, we got 2 epics for the first 50 shards. My lord. Like I said, I don't advise pulling if you guys are early game and just hoping to get lucky. You guys have to know and track your mercy system. Like I said, RSL Helper is really good for that, or you can use spreadsheet, pen, and paper. Yeah, it looks like we got 4 epics, over 60 shards, and all 4 epics are not really helpful for early game players or even mid game players or any players for that matter. So let's keep going. Definitely going to make me sweat all the way to mercy, I guess. You kind of have to expect it when you're doing this kind of event. So another a Pestilus, another Pestilus, or did we get Crypt Witch? Either way, either one is just terrible. Not one usable epic so far, let alone an legendary. More blues, here we go. Jarang. Yeah, definitely no help in the epic department as well. I'm gonna need some space, so I'll be right back. All right, made a little bit more space. Yeah, like I said, guys, if you guys are new, in this game, like mid or early game, definitely don't try to target these events unless you know your mercy. Look for 2x events because you get double chance at epics. So epics can actually try to help you out. Epics are actually sometimes more desirable than legendaries just because they take epic books as opposed to legendary books. Doom Priest is like the first usable epic, I think, out of the 5 or 6 that we got so far, as the passive cleanse and then a passive heal. Very solid champion, very good against a lot of Doom Tower bosses, for example. Very good champion. The best epic so far, I think we pulled 790. This is 100. We're getting pretty close to the mercy cap here, so it looks like we're gonna dig into that. Look at all this blue. Just definitely no good, guys. But this is the reality of it, right? The reality. Let's see if we can at least get lucky on our legendary, which would be pretty sweet if we get something really, really nice. We're gonna set our expectations a little bit lower than that, so super disappointed, but we'll be right back. Gonna make some space. All right, so we're back with more space. I'm into mercy right now, so we're at 203 since the last one, so each one should be increasing by 5%. Hopefully we get it pretty soon. So let's go one at a time. So increasing by 5% each one. Oh, the suspense. The suspense. How about Duchess? I wouldn't mind Duchess Nut. Duchess Nut would make this worthwhile. Duchess Nut on this account would make this worthwhile. Let's see. Let's see. It should be any one now, I think. Should be any one. Unless my helper is wrong for some reason. Like sometimes it mistracks, but here it is. Come on, come on. The worst. Oh my god. Okay, come on. No. Oh my god, these are so bad. These are so terrible. These are so awful. Oh my lord. 206 ancient shards. These are so awful. Oh my goodness. So awful. I feel like I pulled Growhack recently on this account as well. And Nari Lucky, this might be my 3rd one on this account. So awful. I mean, Growhack tries to be a damage dealer, but he doesn't hit hard enough. He has some turn meter fill stuff. Speed in all dungeons. He just doesn't hit hard enough for a damage dealer. Nari the Lucky, I actually built one out, and you know, I put him in Hydra to just really test him out. I put him in like good gear, put him in Nightmare Hydra, and because he has this AoE decreased accuracy and decreased resistance. Decreased accuracy is better than decreased resistance because usually you want to go in with proper accuracy anyways. You don't want to rely on decreased resistance. Decreased accuracy is fine, 3-turn cooldown, and then he has a 4-turn AoE provoke, which I thought maybe was useful, but 4-turn provoke is actually too long for Hydra. If this was 3-turn provoke, it would make more sense. Yeah, so this move is just not good enough for Hydra, and just decreased accuracy is not good enough for any legendary. He has his A1 chance to steal, but there's lots of champions with chance to steal. For example, Shamrock, which is actually a really solid champion. And then you have this passive where he can transfer 1 buff from an enemy to a random ally. this champion's accuracy is increased by 5 for each buff on each ally. It like accuracy buff doesn't really matter for Hydra because you're gonna go in usually with sufficient stats. You wouldn't rely on a specific move or passive. He was an old fusion back in the day. I thought maybe he could have some potential because this move was basically pretty special. Like there's not many decreased resistance. But the problem with decreased resistance as a general move is that any enemy you want to place decreased resistance on usually has a lot of resistance. This means that the champion that is placing decreased resistance needs to have really high accuracy to land that decreased resistance in the first place. So yeah, so that means if you wanted to use him in like PvP, for example, you would need Nari Lucky to have really high accuracy to start and then place the decreased resistance. It just doesn't make sense right now. So to me, any champion with decreased resistance needs to have it be irresistible, like so it doesn't require accuracy. That would make the most sense in my opinion. But anyways, both of these are total trash, and yeah, wasted a lot of ancient shards for that. So not much gain. Maybe faction guardians, grow hack. Oh, maybe grow hack. Really? Really? That's my first grow hack? I don't believe it. Orc, right? It was an orc. And the last one was a dwarf. Yeah, my third one. The worst. It's like when you get the third copy of a complete turd. The worst. Okay, let me see if I thought I had more grow hacks. Maybe my other account has more grow hacks. Yeah, I only have one. Wow, he's new, but I don't want him. Damn, that sucks. So I got a third copy of Nari, which is useless for Faction Guardian, and I got a first copy of Grow Hack, which is totally useless. Anyways, that's how it goes, guys. So anyways, hopefully this is a sobering video of what can happen in those 1+1 juicy FOMO events. For me, like it's not too bad. I still have plenty of shards to fall back on. I have gems to recover, and I don't anticipate another good ancient event anytime soon. So no reason not to gamble here. Obviously the gamble didn't really pay off since I had to pay basically the maximum to get my legendary, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's a showcase of what reality is sometimes. And yeah, hopefully you guys had some better luck. Let me know in the comments below if you guys pulled something juicy, and I'll see you guys in the next video.